Hello friends, welcome to today's video. My name is Julia and I'm going to be giving you guys my list of things that you actually need to bring to college. Really quickly, just a little bit more about me. My name is Julia and I'm a rising junior at Brown University. I lived in their dorms my freshman and sophomore year, and I'll be living in their dorms again my junior year, so I feel like I'm qualified enough to be giving you guys this list. And really quickly before we hop into this list, I just want to give a huge thank you and shout out to Walmart for sponsoring today's video. So the way that I compiled this list is kind of by breaking it down into categories. The first one we're going to start with is your actual dorm room. This first item on my list may be more useful depending on where your school is located, but I'm 99.9% sure that you will probably need this, and that is a fan. My school is located in Providence, Rhode Island. It's like northeast coast, and let me just tell you, in those first few months and the ending months of your school year, you're going to want a fan because a lot of the dorms don't have air conditioning, and even if they do, most colleges are pretty cheap and they won't want to turn the air conditioning on for you guys. So you're gonna want a fan to be able to cool down your room and get the air flowing a little bit. Another essential item for me are storage bins that you can keep underneath your bed. It is super common to put storage underneath your bed because it's a really good way to store stuff in a space that wouldn't have been used otherwise. Another thing that'll just help you save space is a shoe rack. I have this really great metal shoe rack that I keep all of my shoes on, and it really just helps save space in my dorm and keep it really neat and tidy. Another item that I didn't have my freshman year but I got this year, and I'm so glad that I did, is a utility cart. So these are just kind of like those metal carts you can wheel around your room, and these are so handy because you can keep really whatever you want in there, and it's really nice because it's portable and you can move it around. You guys are definitely going to want a mattress topper. Dorms are not known for having the most comfortable beds, so if you value your sleep, I would definitely recommend getting something that's going to increase the quality of that, because the bare mattress is not going to do that for you. Also, this is a really good tip that I just figured out this year. You guys can use a rubber rug mat in between your mattress and the mattress topper to stop it from sliding around, because I remember I would have so many issues with my mattress topper sliding off within the same week that I made my bed. This item is kind of personal preference, but a sleeping mask may be useful. You have to keep in mind that you probably will be with a roommate, especially if you're a freshman, and your roommate and you may have different schedules. These past 2 years, I've gotten this really skinny and long rug that I've kept by the side of my bed, which I've really liked, and I'll probably do again next year. It's just a nice separation from the dorm floor that probably thousands of people have been on before you, and your clean space. You guys are definitely gonna need laundry detergent, dryer sheets, and everything in between, so you guys are able to do your laundry at school. Also, this may depend on where your dorm is located, but if your dorm has an elevator, or if you're on the same floor as the laundry room, I would recommend getting laundry bins with wheels, just because these past 2 years, I've had these laundry bins that I've just had straps, and they were just like these mesh pouches essentially, and I would have to like lug them all over my dorm. It was honestly such a hassle. If you know that you're gonna be on the same floor as a laundry room, or if you're gonna be in a dorm with an elevator where you don't have to go up and down stairs to access your laundry room, I would highly recommend getting laundry baskets on wheels. But if you're not, you can just get normal laundry baskets. Honestly, I would just recommend anything that you can carry efficiently. I'd also recommend having a Tide pen. These things are very nifty because you would be surprised with how often you stain your clothes. Also, I personally think that a drying rack is very crucial because I don't want to dry all of my clothes in the dryers just because the dryers are unpredictable. I've had friends that have put stuff in the dryers and they've literally melted their clothes. The dorm dryers can be crazy sometimes, and with my really nice and expensive clothing, I don't want to risk that. So that's where a drying rack comes in handy. This is kind of self-explanatory, but disinfectant wipes. I'm just kind of a germaphobe, so these definitely made my list. These next two things are for your desk, which are a desk lamp and a desk mirror. If you're into makeup and cosmetic stuff and you want to just kind of do it in the privacy of your dorm, I think a desk mirror is really useful for that. Also, a desk lamp is very crucial because there's going to be a lot of occasions where your roommate and your living patterns may not line up, and you might want to do work one night, or you might just want to have some light in your corner of the room but not have the overhead lights on because someone's trying to sleep, and it just kind of accommodates to all different types of living patterns. Would highly recommend. This is kind of personal preference. A lot of the dorms do end up giving you a trash can, but I also like bringing my own trash can so I can kind of separate my roommate's trash can and mine. So we're just kind of responsible for each of ours, and I never feel guilty for filling it up too much and then she ends up taking it out and I don't end up taking it out, and it just kind of avoids that conflict. This is also kind of like a luxury and personal preference, but I really loved my full body mirror that I brought this year. Obviously, if you're flying across the country, you might have to buy this when you arrive at your dorm, but I really love having this because it's just nice to be able to see what you look like before you leave. Another necessity are outlet extensions. You're going to be very limited on the actual amount of outlets that you have. With technology these days and just all of the things that need power, you're probably gonna want more than they give you, so that's where outlet extensions definitely come in handy. This next item is really great for just helping you keep your place clean, which are cord organizers. These are just really great to stick on any surface and just kind of organize your cords so they don't get tangled. This is a specific brand, but command hooks are fantastic and you need to get them. If you want to decorate your dorm at all or just put command hooks up to like hold a jacket or hold a bag or really hold anything, definitely get command hooks. I know for a fact you can get these at Walmart. A water Brita. This is like an absolute necessity for me because I'm the biggest water snob. It's kind of embarrassing, but what can I say? I love my clean, filtered, purified water. These next two items I'm actually going to be able to physically show them because I got them on Walmart's website. So the first thing that I got on Walmart are these clear plastic bins. These bins are super clean looking and very high quality, and they also stack really nicely, which is great because you'll be able to store a lot in these, but also keep them very compact. And then finally, for dorm room specific items, I have this speaker. So I actually had a speaker my freshman year and I lost it, but I'm so glad that I was able to get another one because these are so nifty. Just from my experience at Brown, everybody there is like really big into music and has very specific music tastes. That kind of breeds this specific environment where everybody is listening to music all the time. Having a speaker is extremely useful and will score you a lot of brownie points with people just because you can always be the life of the party. So those last two items that I showed you, I got on Walmart. I ordered them on their website and got them delivered directly to my house, which was so fast. I think I got them within like 2 days. It was super quick and easy to check out and just so convenient. And the best thing about Walmart is you can do all of this under a budget. Let's be real, college is only getting more and more expensive each year, and with so much money being spent on tuition, you need to be able to save in other categories. But there's no reason for you to have to cut back and not decorate your dorm the way that you want to just because you're trying to save money. And that's why I love Walmart, because you can really do it all. Walmart is extremely accessible, affordable, and relevant, which makes it the perfect place for the back to school season. So as I continue through this video, I just want you guys to keep in mind that you can get every single one of these items on Walmart by ordering it online and getting it delivered to you or getting it in stores. Now let's move on to our next category, which is lifestyle. Headphones. I have the AirPod Pros, and these are probably one of the most worthy college investments I could ever talk about because they're just perfect in any setting. Whether you want to go to the gym, you want to sit in a library and do work, you want to sleep peacefully when it's loud out, put the AirPods in and you're in your own world. Second thing on this list is a backpack or a bag of some sorts. Comfortability should be your priority, and that's why I think a backpack is perfect for that. If it's going to be raining or if there's any chance of it raining, you're gonna want a backpack that's waterproof and just kind of a bag that closes, because if it starts torrential downpouring on you and you have your laptop in an open over the shoulder bag, you're screwed. I would also recommend having 2 sets of chargers for all of your devices, one for at home and one for on the go. There have been so many occasions where I'll be at a library and I need to charge my device, and it would just be so inconvenient to go all the way home. So I really saved myself a lot of time and frustration with this. I personally don't have this, but I know a bunch of people that use this in college, and that is one of those rubber card holders that you can stick on the back of your phone. These are super nifty for keeping your dorm key, your student ID, or any sorts of credit cards, especially when you're going out for the night or when you're going somewhere where you want to pack really light. It's just a really great way to keep all of your things in one place and ensure that you're not going to lose them. I'd also recommend having a water bottle of some sorts. It's really easy to get dehydrated, so it's important that you're drinking enough water throughout the day. You don't know when you're going to need them, but it's important that not all of your clothes are college clothes, and if you were to need to whip yourself together on a whim, you can. Whether that be for a job interview, internship interview, or anything of that sort, definitely have that in your back pocket. Also, you would be surprised on how easy it is to forget these, but especially when moving into your dorm, bring scissors. Do not forget a few pencils and pens for your written exams. These are super easy to forget to bring, especially when everything's so digital these days. I can't speak for every college, but at least at Brown, all of our exams are on paper, so you're gonna need some sort of writing utensil to take those. This item is also very situational depending on what school you're going to and what you plan on majoring in, but a calculator. Also, if your college is far from home, or even if it's like somewhat close to home, I would recommend bringing a few meaningful mementos from home just to kind of keep you connected and help keep yourself grounded. This can kind of vary whether you have your own private bathroom or if you have communal bathrooms. I've done both, so I'm gonna kind of give you my tips and tricks for both settings. For communal bathrooms, you are definitely going to want shower shoes and a shower caddy. This just makes it really easy to just run out, go take a shower, and then come back to your dorm. Also, you do not know what is on the ground of those communal showers, so please, for the love of God, wear shower shoes. And then obviously bath towels. Also, maybe not so obvious, but very crucial, so please don't forget them because that would be gross. Nail clippers and a nail file. Please stay on top of your hygiene, people. And then if you do have your own personal bathroom, I'm just gonna rapid fire right now. Bath rugs, towel hooks, shower curtain, and cleaning supplies for your bathroom. And then finally, to wrap up this category, I would recommend having at least 2 sets of bath towels and sheets for your bed. Just because it may be time to swap out your bath towels or your bed sheets for a clean set, but you may not have time that day or in the upcoming days to clean those things. So it's really important that you have 2 sets just so you can switch them out and not have to stress about it. Okay, so I just made this really quick category which I labeled weather specific, and I'm just gonna go through them really quickly. A bathing suit and a beach towel if you're gonna live near the water. If you're gonna live somewhere cold, don't forget to bring at least 1 good winter jacket and 1 good pair of weather boots. Also an umbrella and a blanket that you can use to sit outside. And then here's my really quick list of things that you may think you need but you don't need. Notebooks and excessive stationery are not necessary. I'm lucky enough to have an iPad, so I do all of my note taking and all of my schoolwork digitally. So a notebook and lots of fancy stationery is just really unnecessary for me. Also a shower robe. I don't know why I thought I would use this, and I know a lot of people do, but I just never found myself using it. I would just either bring my clean pair of clothes to the bathroom with me and change in the bathroom, or I would just run back to my dorm with my towel. I just felt that a shower robe took up a lot of extra space that I didn't have and was just another thing that I needed to clean. Another thing is reusable plates and cups. They always sound like a good idea in theory, but realistically, especially your freshman year, you're not going to be eating in your dorm that much. And for those rare occasions that you do decide to eat in your dorm, just get some paper plates, cups, and plastic cutlery. And finally, to finish off this video, I just want to give you guys a few tips that I just thought would be worth mentioning. Tip number 1, don't bring or buy excessive decor, because it's just going to be more stuff that you have to lug all the way home at the end of the school year or take down and put in your storage unit. I would recommend getting a few really meaningful pieces to put in your room instead. I'm the biggest hypocrite for this, but don't bring excessive bedding because it takes up a lot of room and it's just not necessary to have a million pillows in your bed, but here we are. Also, try not to bring an excessive amount of shoes and jewelry. Realistically, throughout the year, I will wear the same 3 shoes, if that, because they're comfortable, convenient, and they match with everything. It's like cool in theory to have statement shoes, but in reality, they just take up room in your closet and collect dust all year. Also, jewelry. I rarely switch out my jewelry throughout the year just because I have no time to. So bring a few of your favorite pieces and leave it at that. And 2 tips for when you're packing. Just really sit back and ask yourself, am I actually ever going to use this? And if I do, how often am I going to use it? Because if it's not very often or not at all, don't bring it. It's not worth your space. All you're gonna have to do is bring it back at the end of the year, and the school year flies by. It's not like you're moving in for years. You're moving in for like 8 months. Pack for a majority of the weather that you're going to be experiencing when you're at school. I have a terrible habit of packing a bunch of really cute shorts, tank tops, fun little going out outfits, when in reality there's probably only about 2 months of the school year that the weather is nice enough to wear those clothes, and in the other months I'm just freezing. So just be really mindful of that. I know that really depends on what school you're going to, but it's just a useful tip to have. Alright, and with all of that said, I think that's pretty much it for my what you actually need to bring to college rundown. I really hope that was useful. Once again, thank you so much Walmart for sponsoring today's video. You guys can check out Walmart and all of the things that they have to offer in my description box. They are the absolute best. I've been doing my back to school shopping through Walmart for years now, and they never fail me. Also, if you're a college student or a former college student, please just comment down below your concerns, recommendations, anything really. I want to get a nice little conversation going on down there. I'm going to do my absolute best to respond to you guys, answering questions, concerns, anything you guys may have for me. I'm gonna try to give you guys the best insight. But anyway, my mouth is extremely dry from talking for like an hour straight. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you so much, and I'll be sure to see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.